8 minutes. 8 minutes. Not a war, not a campaign. Just 8 minutes. That rewrote everything. In that sliver of time, the sky, once ruled, calculated, and never questioned, stopped obeying. It didn't collapse slowly. It didn't warn anyone. It snapped. What had always been a symbol of dominance became a hunting ground. What was once a shield became a trap. Two elite war machines didn't fall. They were erased from the equation. A rescue mission didn't fail. It was converted into a second execution. And somewhere above the flames, beyond radar and beyond logic, a message echoed. Cold, precise, undeniable. Control was always an illusion. Over the burning horizon of Zarkon Dominion's southern frontier, something the world believed was impossible unfolded in silence. No dramatic buildup, no chaotic dogfight, just a perfect sequence, executed with terrifying clarity. The most advanced aerial empire on Earth wasn't overwhelmed, it wasn't outgunned, it was understood, and then taken apart. The war didn't begin with explosions. It began in silence, in calculations, in decisions no one saw being made. Far from the battlefield, where no missiles flew and no jets roared, the real conflict was already unfolding, invisible, patient, and irreversible. At the center of it stood a man who never chased victory. He designed it. Supreme strategist Cale Draven wasn't a general in the traditional sense. He didn't react. He didn't improvise. He studied patterns, mapped behavior, and waited for certainty to become weakness. To him, battles were not moments. They were endpoints of a sequence already set in motion. Across the horizon, commanding the unmatched power of the Aurelian Union's Sky Dominion fleet, stood Air Marshal Armin Vex, a man forged in decades of uncontested dominance, a man who had never known a sky that resisted him. To Vex, air superiority wasn't a strategy, it was a law of nature. And for 42 relentless days, that belief seemed unbreakable. Operation Epic Fury. Cascade tore through the region with mechanical precision. Over 2,300 strikes, each one clean, each one calculated, each one reinforcing the same truth: nothing could touch them. Infrastructure collapsed, defenses fractured, pressure built like a tightening grip around Zarkon Dominion. From every angle, it looked like control, but control was exactly what Draven wanted them to feel. Because while the skies burned with visible firepower, something far more dangerous was forming beneath it, unseen, unchallenged, a network without a face, without allegiance. The Silent Alliance, they didn't deploy troops, they didn't launch missiles, they fed data, they shifted timing, they adjusted probabilities, not to win the war, but to ensure it could not be stopped. And inside Zarkon Dominion, another force was rising in the shadows of this chaos. Moshtaba Karan. Where others saw destruction, he saw opportunity. Every strike, every escalation, every miscalculation. He turned into leverage, because wars are not just fought on battlefields. They are absorbed into power. By day 42, everything appeared one-sided. Air Marshal Vex looked at the sky and saw confirmation of his belief. The sky belongs to us. But Cale Draven had already moved beyond the sky. He wasn't trying to defend it. He wasn't trying to reclaim it. He was doing something far more dangerous. He was rewriting how it works. Every strike, every movement, every predictable decision made by Vex was being recorded, studied, and placed into a pattern. And once the pattern was complete, the sky wouldn't be taken back by force. It would be taken back by timing. Because Draven wasn't preparing for a battle. He was constructing a moment, where everything the enemy believed would collapse at once. 1422. The sky doesn't roar. It opens. A single shadow cuts through the upper atmosphere. Silent, dominant, untouchable. The VX-90 Strike Titan enters deep strike formation, gliding with the confidence of something that has never known resistance. It doesn't search for threats. It predicts them. Hypersonic adaptive routing adjusts its path in real time. Full-spectrum electronic ghosting bends radar around it like light around glass. Autonomous threat prediction runs thousands of outcomes every second. This isn't just an aircraft, it's a decision-making weapon in motion. Inside the cockpit, there is no fear, only procedure, only certainty, because nothing like this has ever been brought down. Below, hidden within the jagged spine of the mountains, Kale Draven watches the moment unfold exactly as he envisioned it. He doesn't rush, he doesn't react, he waits, because timing is everything. The Titan crosses an invisible threshold, not marked on any map, not detected by any system, but Draven sees it, and in that instant, lock, predict, collapse.